is a period that they have their hands full as well, because more accidents are recorded on the road than any other months of the year put together. It has become an annual tradition for the Federal Road Safety Commission to embark on Ember Month road campaigns to enlighten the populace.
We are rounding up the year, and the road activities to increase. The vehicular activities to increase on the road. And because of this increase, there is pressure on the road. And because of this pressure, there tend to be crashes a lot. Because people that you find on the road are this, we are very impatient. You want to get to where you are going, or you want to round up your business. There's nothing special about this month for many months. It's the mindset that we have about it. And because of this mindset, when you enter the road, people are apprehensive too for this, because a lot of vehicles are there, and the impatience that is going, the overspeeding that is going, is causing increased crashes. We are anticipating this increase, and we are doing everything that is humanly possible to keep these crashes down.
Nigeria is a very religious country. It is therefore not surprising that some people believe that the Ember months are a period when Satan embarks on gathering souls by causing all forms of calamity. That belief is buttressed by some events and happenings around the Ember months, which seem to suggest that the year is prepared to take some souls along as it runs to a close. It raises question about if the spiritual connotation about the Ember months should be taken seriously. This pastor thinks otherwise.
First of all, the Bible says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." The Lord God himself created everything, every time, every season. And after creation, he looked at the time and the season, he said, they are good. So there is nothing evil that comes out of a good thing created by God. The 12 months of the year were created by God, and he looked at them from the first day to the last day and said, they are all good days. So the unnecessary agitation men put forth these 4 months of the year, as a result of lack of knowledge. Some come as a result of the type of spiritual food they eat. Because most men today have shifted the focus of men from God to them. And such has made men today to bring forth so many ideas that are putting fear in the life of their followers.
Whether these facts and myths add up or not, there is need for all citizens to ponder on how to be careful while using the road as the year runs to an end. Sophia Ogezi, TVC News Nigeria, Abuja.
Now, reports published in some national dailies suggesting the federal authorities have put Old Oyo Road Ibadan in a motorable state are false after all. TVC News Nigeria findings reveal that the road has been taken over by weeds, with road users wisely abandoning it for alternative routes. This has resulted in a public outcry by residents of Jobele, Fiditi and environs, who are now asking the Federal Ministry of Works to fix the road as its poor state has paralyzed economic activities in the area. Correspondent Olutayo Famous Cole reports.
The Old Oyo Road is a gateway from the nation's southwest region to other parts of the country. It's located on the outskirts of Ibadan, the state capital, and plays host to two prominent communities, Jobele and Fiditi. Drive on this road and be sure to put extra naira notes in the pockets of automobile mechanics who are always just a spitting distance away. The potholes here are numerous, and when the rains set in, it's a bigger nightmare for motorists who must seek alternative routes to get to their destinations. Interestingly, in spite of its poor state, heavy-duty trucks still maneuver their way through it. But that's because the road appears to be the faster link to their destinations. This man who has lived for several years in Jobele community decried the ugly state of the road. He noted that the old road has been permanently ignored.
ó ti tó 100 years ó ti wà ní tó ti ṣí ọ̀nà Èkó wá sí tọ́lọ́jà north.
This road has been here for over 100 years, and it is connected to the north. We learnt that the road contract has been awarded, yet it is abandoned.
The fidity axis of the road is everything but normal, as it had been totally abandoned. The area has since become a haven for criminals who waylay unsuspecting travelers. In addition, economic activities are at near zero level as residents trek some kilometers to get to their destinations due to paucity of vehicles. Security concerns are being raised over the safety of motorists here. These residents want the government to turn things around.
Okay, the condition of the road is too bad. Many times it causes damage to the vehicle and the motorcycles. And we don't know anything federal government can do to assist us.
This road is so important for national development. Goods are transported through the road to and fro the north. We do not know why it is being abandoned. Many villages from Oyo are connected to the road. We will appreciate it if the government can help us rehabilitate the road.
This man who oversees the State Ministry of Works is not happy with the federal government. He accused it of neglecting federal roads in the state. With the elections a few months away, this commissioner has given up on the federal authorities giving attention to this bad road.
If our government is ready to construct the road today, okay, let's leave it for them. After a week thereabout, we'll discover that they left the site also. And we wrote to Federal Ministry of Works that, okay, the state government wants to reconstruct this road because it's important to our people. You know, Federal Ministry of Works replied back to us that no, we should not touch it, that there's an existing contract on it.
A large fraction of the Nigerian population, mainly the masses, ply our roads which are in a dilapidated form. The lesser percentage, which are the Nové rich, prefer to fly in the skies. The federal government must desist from playing politics with the nation's development. They must ensure that the dividends of democracy reach the masses, who are mainly the poor people on the streets, and ensure that they have direct and meaningful impact on their lives. From Monia in Akinyele local government, I am Olutayo Moscow, reporting for TVC News Nigeria, Oyo State.
The Imo State government has asked its permanent secretaries to avoid running contrary to the law, as doing so will expose their hard-earned reputation to ridicule. Speaking during the swearing-in ceremony of the 5 new permanent secretaries in the state, the Deputy Governor, Prince Eze Madumere, who represented Governor Rochas Okorocha at the event, asked the newly appointed permanent secretaries to bring their experience to bear by ensuring discipline in the civil service.
Urge you to always be uplift to your responsibilities as a permanent secretary in the effective implementation of all policies and programs of rescue nation administration. As His Excellency Owele Rochas Okorocha, our governor, shall always be willing and ready to ensure maximum discipline in his service.
We will follow you, follow your steps, talk as talk, walk as walk, take him a step to heart as you have taken him a step to heart. We are appreciative of the fact of the many things you have done for this state, how you have developed the state within 3 years, how this state can now compete with another state, another developed state in the state, in Nigeria.
You're watching the evening news on TVC News Nigeria. It's now time to talk business, and Oluyemi Sidada is here with details.
Thank you, Busalami. And now to a business update. The 2015 budget has continued to generate reactions, and an energy economist, Benga Adesonya, gives his view on the implication of the federal government setting oil benchmark above global market price.
What if it drops to $50 in the next 2 weeks? What will Nigerian government do? How will you fund the deficit? Already you got what you call overhang, in the sense that it is an imbalanced budget, 73% for recurrent, just 27% for capital. Now, if it drops, it means the revenue drops drastically. And then how do you now go out borrowing from the African Development Bank and the World Bank? We are not adding value to the primary commodity called crude oil. What stops Nigeria from developing a refining capacity that is big enough to take care of sub-Saharan Africa and our own market? Then petrochemical plants to service all our industries. What stops us from doing that?
The International Monetary Fund says it expects Nigeria's growth rate to slow to about 5% next year from 6% in the third quarter of this year due to falling global oil prices. Africa's largest economy, Nigeria's revenue is highly dependent on oil export, which contributes about 80% of state coffers and over 90% of foreign exchange earnings. The IMF mission leader to Nigeria, Jean Leon, praised the government's 2015 economic plans, describing them as bold moves. The fund says the government's 8% devaluation of the naira last month would likely raise inflation. Telecommunications company MTN Nigeria has come under heavy criticisms from its subscribers. Report says some of the subscribers complain about poor network connections, wrongful deductions, and the bombardment of commercial messages. According to the Nigerian Communications Commission, MTN has over 58 million subscribers as of September this year, making it the biggest mobile operator in Nigeria. It was reported to have made about $5 billion in revenue last year. Crude oil prices are ticking up in the international market as the United Arab Emirates continue to justify its decision not to cut output. At the London market, the European Brent trades for $62 per barrel, showing marginal appreciation of the commodity by 1.86%. For the OPEC basket, dealers offer $56 for a barrel. Saudi Arabia blames the fall in prices on market speculation and the lack of cooperation from non-OPEC producers. Let's now take a look at the closing figures of today's trading at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And that's it in Business Update. I'm William Dada. It's now back to Busalami.
Thanks, William. But let me just ask you this quick question. From what you just read there's some glimmer of hope that the prices may appreciate soon. So if that happens, Okonjo-Iweala's prediction probably will be true.
You're referring to the global oil prices?
Yes.
Well, for today, it has risen appreciably. It has risen reasonably. It's encouraging. But according to some analysts, it's not uhuru yet. We should not jubilate yet because it may be a short-lived rise.
Okay.
It may not continue for long.
Okay.
So we wait and see.
Time will tell. Thank you very much. And moving on outside Nigeria, violence has erupted in Hama, Tunisia, following veteran politician said the SBC's declaration of self as winner of the country's Sunday's presidential vote, which was to mark Tunisia's shift to full democracy 4 years after an uprising ousted autocrat Zine al-Abidine Ben Ali. Tunisian police fired tear gas on Monday in the southern city to disperse hundreds of youth who burned tires and blocked streets, chanting "No to the old regime" in demonstration against the announcement. Critics of SBC and 88-year-old former parliamentary speaker under Ben Ali sees his return as a setback for the 2011 uprising that ousted the veteran ruler and puts the North African country on the road to full democracy. With the new constitution and free parliamentary and presidential elections, official results are, however, expected to be made public today by Tunisia's electoral authorities. You are watching TVC News Nigeria. Of course, it's evening news. We'll take a short break and the news will continue. Stay with us.
Very warm welcome to Sports. I'm Solomon Ajiziogu. Members of the FIFA Executive Committee have held secret talks with Sepp Blatter over his future as the president of football's world governing body. The talks come on the heels of Michael Garcia's resignation as the football body's investigator over what he refers to as erroneous handling of his report on World Cup bid corruption. Blatter has declared his intention to seek a fifth term in office as president when the FIFA election comes up in May next year. But with the January 29 deadline for candidates to declare their interest, some other FIFA EXCO members are concerned about the body's future direction and leadership. And the World Football Governing Body, FIFA, has said the controversy over the validity of the September 30 election, which threw up Amaju Pinnick as the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, is a matter that the NFF should settle internally. Announcing the FIFA decision, an aggrieved contestant in the election and former administrator of the NFF, Ike Ibokwe, read out a letter signed by the Secretary General of FIFA in which the football body declined jurisdiction to examine the matter. This is following Ibokwe's appeal against the emergence of Pinnick as NFF president in the September 30 elections, which was upheld by the majority report of the Election Appeals Committee, but rejected by the chairman of the committee, Oke Ajunwa. Well, we'll be hoping to establish contact. All right, joining us now is Mr. Barrister Ikechukwu Ibokwe, the man who is contesting the elections of the NFF, of Amaju Pinnick as president of NFF. Glad to have you, Mr. Ibokwe. Now, tell us, the fact that FIFA says it cannot handle this must surely now close your case, doesn't it?
Hey, I'm not hearing you clearly. I'm not hearing you.
Okay, I'll take that again. The fact that FIFA says it cannot handle this must surely now close your case against the election of Amaju Pinnick, doesn't it?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Ibokwe.
Yeah, please. I'm not hearing you. You didn't, sometimes you are tense.
But I can hear you clearly.
I can hear you are talking. I can hear. Before you want to ask questions,
all right.
You reduce your voice.
All right then. Now, the fact that FIFA says it cannot handle this, it must surely now close your case. Doesn't it close it?
I'm not hearing you. When you want to say yeah.
All right. We're having a bit of problems there connecting with Ike Ibokwe there. Moving on, the first Vice President of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, Seyi Akinwumi, has kicked against calls for the body not to give Stephen Keshi a new deal following the Super Eagles' failure to qualify for the Nations Cup. Akinwumi insists hiring a foreign coach will not help the growth of Nigerian football.
Part of the crisis that's happened has revolved about Keshi's appointment or no appointment. And I implore the press to leave Mr. Keshi alone. The man has had a hard time in the past few months. He's a human being, like, forget that he's a coach. He's a Nigerian like us. Everything Keshi, everything Keshi, everything Keshi. Let us talk Nigerian football. Look, no matter how much we love or hate him, Keshi will not be in Nigerian, at the helm of Nigerian football in the next 20 years as a coach. I'm sure he'll be over 70. Who has the energy to follow that? And if he is, he's lucky. The players there certainly will not be playing 20 years' time. Can we not think 20 years, where will Nigerian football be?
And coach of the Flying Eagles, Manu Garba, has assured Nigerians the team will make it through the group stage of the 2015 African Youth Championship coming up in Senegal. The Flying Eagles have been drawn in Group A of the tournament along with Senegal, Congo and Ivory Coast. 3 of the teams in the group, Nigeria, Congo and Ivory Coast, are former finalists in the competition. The Nigerian under-20 team have won the tournament 6 times and were the losing finalists in 1999 and 2007. Congo were champions in 2007. Group B includes Ghana, South Africa, Mali and Zambia. The tournament will take place in March 2015. And Super Eagles of Nigeria and Rizespor defender Godfrey Obuabona has undergone a successful knee surgery at a hospital in Turkey. Obuabona had the surgery over the weekend for the right knee meniscus tear and cartilage injury. Prior to the injury, he had played 8 games for his Turkish club this season, scoring 1 goal. Last season, the 24-year-old Obuabona scored 3 goals in 19 games. And away from Nigeria, Senegalese Lille left back Pape Souare will not join up with the Teranga Lions for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations ahead of a £2.5 million move to English Premier League side Crystal Palace. Souare is ready to shunt the Nations Cup in order to be signed ahead of Neo Taylor of Swansea and Ashraf Lazar of Morocco from Palermo. A move will, however, be subject to an agreement between Palace and French Ligue 1 club Lille. The French team is demanding for £3 million for the fullback. Another player, Guinea striker Ismail Bangura, has ruled himself out of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations to concentrate on his club football with French Ligue 1 side FC Nantes. The World Football Body FIFA had sanctioned Nantes in 2012 following a dispute over the signing of Bangura from Al Nassr. Although the striker has struggled to command a first-team place so far this season, he says he is determined to repeat the faith the club has shown in him. Bangura has played in 3 Nations Cup and helped Guinea reach the quarterfinals in 2006 and 2008. And the Egypt Football Association has announced that fans can attend football matches when the second round of the league starts. Egyptian authorities banned fans from attending football matches since the Port-Said disaster when 27 of Al Ahly fans were killed in February 2012 during a league match between Ahly and Al Masry. The matches in Cairo will see 10,000 fans, but the matches outside Cairo will see only 5,000 fans. Egypt's Minister of Interior, Mohamed Ibrahim, accepted to take this decision after Al Ahly fans showed good behavior in the final match of the CAF Confederation Cup on December 6 in Cairo. And to Europe now, Liverpool manager Brendan Rodgers says the Reds can now challenge for the top 4 in the English Premier League after Martin Skrtel's late goal salvaged a 2-2 draw against Arsenal. Philippe Coutinho gave Liverpool the lead in the 45th minute, but Arsenal hit back instantly when Mathieu Debuchy headed home following a free kick. Not long afterwards, Olivier Giroud put Arsenal in front. That looked to have settled it, particularly after Fabio Borini was sent off later on, but Skrtel powered home a header from a corner to ensure the hosts took a deserved share of the spoils after 6 minutes of added time. Earlier, Adam Johnson condemned Newcastle to a 4th successive derby defeat for the first time in their history as Sunderland snatched a dramatic last-gasp 1-0 victory at the St. James's Park. Now, this is how the team stand at the end of the weekend of games at the weekend. Chelsea stayed top with 39 points, but with a game at hand against Stoke City later tonight. Manchester City are tied on the same points with Chelsea, but with a goal less in the goals difference ratio. United stayed third despite dropping 2 points. Arsenal stays 6th and Liverpool complete the top 10. Well, that's all of sports for now.
Many thanks, Solomon. Now, and finally, just before we go, These are yellow canary birds singing, and guess what? It is actually a sport, as what you're watching is the grand finale of the 2014 National Yellow Canary Bird Singing Competition, which took place at the weekend in Lagos State. Contestants say they had trained their birds for months to get them ready for the finals of the annual competition. Chairman Singing Birds Lovers Association of Nigeria Lagos Chapter Taiwo Tun calls for more appreciation for the sport.
2014 champion. I have a different draw and I have a fantastic draw that making being the first bird that won the competition this year. This is the first time of my bird participating. Yes, and it came from Ikorodu, along from Ikorodu.
Frankly speaking, I was actually looking forward to coming first because the bird has performed wonderfully, even contrary to my own expectation all along. But however, in today's final, I don't know what happened. The bird was beaten to about 30 draws. I don't actually know what happened. So, but that notwithstanding, I have a great respect for this bird because of its age. It's just about 14 months. You can listen to the draws and then it's going to calm your nerves. You know, it's a great form of health therapy, and I would recommend it to Nigerians and those who are looking for ways to relax, to calm their nerves.
The one we did last year was fantastic. But this one is low-key. But I promise you the next one will be very, very lovely. People that are in this association are people that don't have ideas, the jobless people. No, we have lovely people in this association. We have lawyers, bank managers. I'm a director in the Lagos State Civil Service. The man that came second is the legal advisor of the association.
And with that, it's a wrap on Evening News on TVC News Nigeria. I am Busolami Tuashebo. Remember that you can watch TVC News Nigeria on concert, and the channel is 190.